Yo, we are live. Holy crap. It's been a long time since I've streamed. And let's change the thumbnail and we'll get ready to go. Let's see, live. Let's change this into a live stream. How do I change this? Oh, upload thumbnail. Go here. Nope. Desktop. Live stream. Thumbnail. Great. All right. Ready to go. I'm going to check the chat in 1 second after this thumbnail uploads. How are y'all doing today, by the way? Got Patrick Morty in here already. What's up, bro? It's been a while since I seen your name, man. That's awesome. Long time, says Patrick. I know, it's been a long time. It's, I'm not going to lie. I really miss doing these live streams. And today I was just like working all day. I was like, you know what? I could use a little break right now. I made some new changes to the channel, if you can't tell, recently, which I'll probably show in a bit. Just gotta turn on monetization on to, because your boy's AdSense isn't doing too hot these days, but it's all good. We got this name that I can't pronounce. What's up? Yes, I think we are all set up. So I got the thumbnail down, I got everything down. And it's been really cool like recently. So if you guys don't know, recently I've just been focusing a lot on doing really high quality work for this particular YouTube channel. And if you followed me in the past, you probably followed me for like inbound closing or high ticket closing or pharmacy days or a bunch of other stuff. But I think like more recently, let me kind of show my screen. Let's see, how do I show my screen? Maybe I can switch it down here. I'm like working with multiple screens and stuff, but let's go here. You guys see this? This is like a working title and all that sort of stuff too, but yeah, I've just been really learning like all my stuff is pretty high quality these days. Like, I'm not sure if you've checked, but like my book reviews are really, really high quality. And I just been, even though there's like fewer and fewer upload like videos, like every single one of these videos I'm just like really proud of. And it's kind of crazy. Like ever since I think maybe around this video over here, this was the video that really like I started increasing my production quality. Actually, even like I think a little bit before, maybe even like right here, I started improving my production quality, and over time it's been getting better and better. And I think what's happening right now is like YouTube's kind of recategorizing me, so it's been really rough on the views, but like there's something to say when you publish something that you're just really, really proud of. And I've been learning a lot from like Chris Do recently. I've been learning a lot from everyone actually, and just really trying to up my like level of production quality and all that. And thank you for the like. I don't even know if likes really matter for the algorithm. Like for all these streams, I'm just gonna hide them and put them on the what's that called? I'm gonna unlist it and just put it on the playlist and all that. But that's all I've been doing, just focusing on really high quality work. I'm still doing inbound sales coaching at the moment too, which has really been really cool. And next week, I've been just hosting events as well. Like next week I'm going to LA. I'm hosting a little meetup get together full of like, I don't know, entrepreneurial people, just really good friends and all that. So life has been really, really good. And my agency is doing well. Oh man, like sometimes not gonna lie, like life has been like, when I think about like what up to 1 year ago, I was in a really rough place because I was dating this girl at the time and everything like was falling apart, my business, all that sort of stuff. Not to say everything's perfect now, but to see how far I've come 1 year later in my mental health and all this sort of stuff, like I'm just really proud of myself, man. And it's just like I've come a long way, even from like a few weeks ago to now and whatnot. So I'm just adding like a lot of structure and just adding high quality to everything I do. So my website's next. I'm going to be changing my website relatively soon and all that. Clamaris Jr., what's up? Dude, been forever. You know, it's kind of crazy. I don't even know if you guys are seeing my new updates or my new videos. I know the YouTube algorithm is a little like wonky. How it treats live streams and how it treats like regular videos, from what I heard, rumor is like it's a little different. So it's kind of cool just seeing you guys here and just having so many people here. 10 people are in here. This is pretty awesome, man. What the is up, bruh? Yeah, you gotta be like PC. You gotta be friendly. You can't like swear these days on YouTube and stuff. But not gonna lie, as I get older too, I don't feel like the need to swear all the time like I did in my like early 20s, where I used to say mutta and like combine it with your favorite swear. Times have changed, guys. Times have really, really changed. Clamaris is good. Yeah, man. This is awesome. It's kind of awesome signing, getting the whole crew up and all that. And it's been really, really nice. Some new things I've been working on too is like a lot more design stuff. So I think relatively soon I'm gonna pull the trigger on Christos typography type of stuff. I just finished his like lead generation and positioning like program too, so gonna use it for my inbound sales program. But it's kind of crazy, dude, like how much, I don't know, it's kind of funny, like, you know how like I started this YouTube channel a few years ago and stuff, and I don't know, I think at the time I just wasn't ready to be like a business owner and whatnot. And I feel like there's a level of maturity that has to happen sometimes, like, and I feel like more recently I've just been kind of in my stride, learning how to communicate better, learning how to like structure better deals, learning how to create like a portfolio of clients and stuff. And it's been really, really fun. I can't explain how fun it is like doing business these days and stuff. Although, you know, revenue sometimes like it does really, really well sometimes. Other times it takes a big fat like dump, dude. So but like I like, even though it's like up and down sometimes, it's like it goes up over time, right? The general trajectory is growth over time too. So yeah. Anyway, who is in here? Like, we had like about 10 people. Now we got 3 people. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm boring these days. But who is in here? Like, dude, drop in the chat. Like, I would love to kind of hear what you guys are up to. What's something new that you guys are doing? Because I know some of you guys were here back during my pharmacy days. Some of you guys are like high ticket closers, which I hate that. I hate that word, by the way. I hate the word closer. I love to kind of hear what's really exciting for you guys these days and all that. Like I said, like next week for me, something I'm really excited about is I'm going to LA OC next week and just seeing a bunch of my friends. Like one of my friends, he actually runs a really successful coaching offer. He helps people get into like management consulting and get their first jobs and stuff. So I'm meeting him up. He's a really, really good friend. Meeting up my other consultant friend, meeting up like my neurohacking friend and copywriters and like people from my pharmacy days, and like there's just so many cool people coming next week. So I'm just really, really stoked for all that sort of stuff. It's pretty fun. Dude, today's Armored Go says, dude, today's young people have crisis of motivation. Man, I don't know. I feel like, so the other day I was watching this like video from the Fung Bros. I'm not a huge fan of the Fung Bros, by the way, but they had a video kind of like blaming like Gen Z and all that sort of stuff, right? I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, Gen Z has its own quirks and stuff, but I feel like Gen Z gets a lot of crap, just like us millennials back in the day. For us, like, they're like, I remember back in the day people saying like, oh, millennials are gonna like freaking ruin the world and stuff like that. But I feel like Gen Z these days is like, is even, I mean, it's gonna it progress. There's a progression of these generations. I feel like it happens with every generation and stuff. But anyways, back to the Fung Bros, right? They were talking about how like the new generation, they glorify like hustle culture and stuff. But I feel like it's kind of balanced too, because I feel like yes, there is still that Gary V hustle culture that's out there, but there's another sphere out there which is more mental health like based, right? They like focus on mental health, sustainability, all that sort of stuff. And I don't know if there's like a lack of motivation. I just think it's like always been the case for society, honestly. There's probably been lazy people back in the day, like during the ancient Greek and Roman times. Like something interesting. Sorry. Just pulling something interesting. I'm not sure if you can see this, but this is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I need to get a new camera. This like GH5 is not cutting it anymore. Anyways, you can't see it. But anyways, this book called Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, it just opens your eyes to like all the problems that have existed since like the Romans and all that. And there was lazy people back there. Back then, there's lazy people right now. The one thing I do feel like Gen Z kind of suffers though, or could potentially suffer from, is the overwhelming amount of media and consumption and the news articles and the political sphere. It's just like a lot to just take in for anyone, not even specifically Gen Z. Like for me, like I started like unsubscribing all the political like channels and all that source political commentary. At first you're just like, oh, it's not a big deal, but you slowly realize over time that stuff is not good for your mental health and stuff like that. So that's something I feel like Gen Z could really suffer from too. Let's see. Let's go back in the comments. Do you still keep in touch with Just Kidding Films guys like Joe? Yeah, believe it or not, like I still talk to Joe every once in a while. I mean, he's like in like Las Vegas area too. So especially when he moved to Vegas, we started talking a lot. I don't talk to him as much. Like sometimes we'll talk YouTube stuff or whatnot, but I don't really see him that much. As far as Can and all that, like Can, I was just talking like I was just talking to. We're probably gonna meet up this Friday or something like that during my event. Michael, I was talking to like last week. I invited him to my event too, and yeah, I still talk to the majority of them. I was thinking about. I can't remember if I messaged Brandon or not, but like Beachoy. But like I'm cool with all the people, all my older roommates and stuff. Like we're super cool, super close. Obviously not as close as we were when we were back in the JK house and all that, but we all got our own lives, right? Like some people are got their like sig figs and stuff like that. Some people are just like running new businesses, like Can, like for example. I'm so proud of that guy. He started editing for some of these major channels. He grew his like editing agency and all that. So I do keep in touch with them, but you know, that's the thing with friendships sometimes. Like they grow closer, they fall apart, they drift apart. Sometimes you'll get back together and all that. And it's like you can't really fault people for not keeping in touch and all that too. I think with all the friends I've really made at JK and all that, we have this mutual understanding that, you know, when things pop off, we're always down for each other and stuff. And we'll keep in touch with each other every once in a while. But, you know, it's not going to be an every single day thing like it was back in the day when we were roommates, though, you know. Armor Ghost says, do the happiest people you know in life work the most, or at least, I think your question is like, typically do happier people work more or less? And I think like so I actually have a lot of perspective on this because more recently I've been meeting like very top-notch people like Ali Abdaal and Vanessa Lau and Chris Do, and a lot of people who are in that Chris Do feature community. Where else have I been meeting other people? I've been meeting other people like in other places too, but what's really, really interesting, it's like it's not the amount of time. And even for me, like the amount of time that I work is like a lot. Like I was just at the boba shop, just even right before this, and I became like, there's a new boba shop that opened up in my area. And then the girl, like, she was there. She's like, wow, Kevin, you work a lot. She knows my name by now. It's pretty freaking crazy. But she knows my name. And then she's like, you work a lot. And I was like, I do. And think about it. I like work more than I did in pharmacy, or even like part-time, like doing pharmacy and like refugee hustle back in the day. But the work I do right now is just like very satisfying. There's something about it. It's like when you're mission driven, when you see consistent growth, when you're solving the problems that you really love and you're really making an impact, it's really fulfilling. And I have to say, the work that I do in terms of like these documentary like book reviews and structuring these deals for these small businesses for like digital marketing and all that, and then also helping like my students get their first offers for like sales, for sale, inbound sales, right? And then helping these like really like these startup businesses scale to their first like 7 to 8 figures, like doing consulting. Man, I'm just so lit up every single day. And it's like my work and play, like it all like intermingles and stuff. Sometimes though, like I'm not gonna lie, it does bleed into my personal life where it's like I don't even see my friends sometimes as much as I want to, and it's a really, really bad excuse. I know I need to set better boundaries and stuff, but in terms of like the people that I know that work, they just love the stuff that they're doing all the time, and they balance their relationships, and a lot of their relationships support what they do full time. So it's this never ending cycle of like, I don't know, positive feedback loop, I guess, right? So there's that. Yeah, so I think like the people that I know that are the happiest, just to recap, they're spending the most amount of time working on the things that they love. And that's a new philosophy that I've really adapted. I've seen it in my consulting friend too, because he's like doing his e-commerce, but then he has like his consulting contracts, which he's not as happy about. And then he has like, he has his agency, which he really loves, his Google Ads agency. And he's like stoked. He's so happy, you know? And when I look at Brian, my friend Brian Fung, like that YouTuber, right? He loves what his day job, I don't know if he officially announced it on his YouTube channel yet. He might have. I know he's been posted on social media, but I'll just keep it vague like that. And he really, like, he loves his side gigs and stuff. So doing work that makes you fulfilled, that makes you feel like you're growing, that just makes you generally happy, and that means like different things to everyone, right? I think that's the biggest indicator of happiness. And I've kind of gone it, like if you watch my Ikigai book review and the Psychology of Money review, like it's having control of the time that you having control of your time, that indicate, like psychologists say that that's the biggest indicator of happiness. It tends to be. Yeah. But we got, by the way, before I keep on going on with the questions, thank you Armor Ghost and Aaron for dropping questions. If you guys got questions, make sure to drop them in. Spam your boy with some likes if you're interested. And yeah, like dude, I love to kind of hear from you guys, like as many of you guys as possible. What is hustle culture? Selling drugs in OnlyFans and shilling crypto? No, dude, it's a NFT rug pull, man. That's like what hustle culture is. You know, it's kind of funny. Like, so I used to be, obviously, if like, since my blog was called like Refugee Hustle, I was like really into hustle culture, like Gary V, Never Sleep, 20, what do they call it? 25/8 or whatever, like all this sort of stuff, right? And what I didn't realize at the time, and my camera keeps on going in and out, it's so annoying. But what I didn't realize at the time was that all this was kind of like a survival response, right? Where like I felt like working was such a integral part of my identity. If I wasn't working, it would really lower my self-worth. But and I think that's like a lot of people, especially Asian culture, right? When you think about your childhood, or when I think about my childhood, I'm not going to speak for you guys. When I think about my childhood, I think about my father yelling at me for being like lazy and stuff, for not working on things, for not doing things. I felt a lot of guilt growing up. And so I always felt the need to, I mean, when we think about survival responses, right, your amygdala like activates, and then you're like in a fight, flight, freeze response. And for me, it's a very strong fight response because that's what hustle is half the time, right? And I would just go through these periods where I was working 24/7, or not 24/7, but you get the picture. I was working a lot and I was burning myself out, and it was really, really, really exhausting. And yeah, like I would go through these cycles and I didn't know why I was feeling so burnt out all the time. And so like my point is like hustle culture was like kind of my survival response to everything. And what I was talking about in terms of happiness is like I no longer feel like I have to push myself to work. I just feel pulled myself to work. Like I'll go heads down like in the beginning of the day, and then like all of a sudden it's like nighttime, and then I have to start working. Like I'm just like, man, I should probably eat. Man, I should like do all this sort of stuff. So that's why I structure all my workouts in the morning and stuff. Just because like I get so lost in my work these days. But that's the difference between pushing yourself and doing work that pulls you. It doesn't feel like you're working anymore. But yes, it's doing an NFT rug pull by your favorite creator. I'm going to start a Patreon, guys. Like I'm going to do an NFT rug pull. Every now and then, do you ever regret giving up your good pharmacy career, steady, consistent job, and growth? You know, I was thinking about that. I think about this not as often as I used to, but sometimes I do miss the consistency of a pharmacy career. But I think about the person that I was going to be if I stayed in pharmacy, and it's just like I would have been very stagnant. It wasn't making me grow as a person. Like the thing is like change is good. Like suffering is sometimes not suffering, but like, you know, being challenged with like and going through ups and downs is a natural part of life. I mean, like let's take sports for example, right? I do jujitsu a lot recently, and you only get better from challenging yourself, right? Yeah, you could go against white belts all day and submit them, but you're not growing as a person. It doesn't build grit. It doesn't build character, right? And I look at my career as I don't know, like a self-employed entrepreneur or whatever. I don't know what to call myself. Like I accidentally fell on an agency, right? Like I don't know. It's kind of funny. YouTuber creator. I don't know what I do, right? But when I think about it, I think about like all the skills I've learned over the last few years. I learned like, especially emotionally, resiliency, how to like activate my peak performance, discipline, like, and really sometimes like we get set out on these paths that we don't really want. Like for pharmacy, it was like, it's not saying I didn't want to be a pharmacist at the time, but sometimes we fail to think that or realize that our desires change, and the person that we know that we can be, like that for me was more important than just staying at a 9 to 5, right? And I know that like I think more than ever, like I feel more confident as a person. I feel very confident in my happiness. Like, is it all sunshine and rainbows? No. Like sometimes I do worry, like, will I be able to sustain a family like based off my current lifestyle, right? Will I be able to do X, Y, and Z? But the truth is that I could always go back to pharmacy. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. But I know right now it's like a portfolio. I think about like now is the time to make the riskier investments, because when I do have a family, I'm not going to have that. And I think about what's more important, having that consistent paycheck, right? Or having full control over and autonomy over my time, over the things I want to do, over the person I want to be. And the longer I stay in this route, like the more days that I have where I like totally obliterate what I was making in pharmacy. Is it like that every day? No. But also, like, I'm a very low-key person. I don't need that much money to just really survive and be happy and all that sort of stuff too. And I know, like, my mindset is shifting a lot. For example, one of my this will be my last point, but like the other day I wanted to buy one of Christo's like programs and stuff, so I bought it. And I was thinking, like, okay, could I take the hit against the business? For sure, but how can I make this like a asset? So then I was thinking about, okay, can I offer a new service in my business? So I offered one of my good agency friends like proposals and slide decks and way to formalize his audit and processes for his business, and have him cover it and take a little extra on top to pay for the time too. And it's like things like that where I just notice like my mindset shifting, my ability as a business owner shifting. There's so many things shifting. So yeah, that's kind of like a in a short worded answer. No, I don't regret it at all. It's been the time of my life. It's been very, very hard, especially in the relationship life. But, you know, like, I feel like I'm supposed to be exactly where I'm supposed to be today, man. And it gives me a better story to tell my friends and to share with you guys when I do get the time to, like, really sit down and talk to you. Oh. Do you think a significant recession is nigh? I think you mean near. I'm going to assume that you're saying near. I think so. Like, with everything going on, I'm not an economist either, right? And there's probably better channels to listen to about recessions and all that. But especially with all from all the experts and stuff. I've been listening to Johnny. Let's see. Let me pull him up. He's actually he's a really inspiring like YouTuber too. I really like him a lot. And he's not your typical like guru like YouTuber either. He does like very film based like type of things, and it's just really, really interesting. Johnny Harris, he has the famous like thing, like the real reasons why McDonald's ice cream machines are always broken. If you subscribe to my email newsletter, then you'll know who Johnny Harris is, because I rave about him a lot. Which you can, if you want to sign up for the newsletter, I left a link in the description with all my links. But every 2 weeks I kind of share my favorites. But he actually had a really interesting video about inflation and stuff like that. And he talks about like the economy there. So it's really, really interesting. Highly recommend that you guys watch it. But I do believe it's right around the corner. It has to happen. We've been having, dude, the economy has been like on the up and up, and it has to like, there has to be some sort of recession sometime soon. Kevo, do you have any accountant friends? Do they seem overworked? I do have a few accountant friends. I'm not super, like, I don't really talk about work with them. I know one of my friends, she's like an accounting major. I think she is. I don't know. She's probably watching this. She knows exactly who she is. But she's always like burnt out. Like, she's always extremely burnt out. So I don't really know. I actually met up one of my friends last week. I mean, she's busy, but she enjoys what she does. I don't know. There's a lot of different friends I have these days, and some of them are overworked, some of them aren't. It's just always going to happen like that. Aaron, he only misses the free hog house. Not, dude, like, honestly, okay, so real talk for a second, like, I remember days back in the pharmacy where I just want to go to something as simple as In-N-Out or just go out for lunch for once, right? And it's like the other day I was just like eating lunch like at In-N-Out when I wanted to. I didn't have to like wait in these long ass lines or anything like that. And I was like, this is like true freedom, right? To like structure the day that how you want it to be. Like, I love starting my day at coffee shop, or I love like structuring my day with like jujitsu. There's no better feeling than playing the things out that you really want. I can structure my morning like doing my gratitude journals and writing and all that while drinking like my coffee or like ceremonial like cacao powder or whatever, right? Like whatever I want to do, right? But I get to choose it. And it's something so rewarding about that money can't buy, right? Yeah, sure, you could Grubhub it or DoorDash it or whatever like these days, but back in like when I was a pharmacist, we didn't have those things, right? And so I'd be in the pharmacy all day and just be freaking miserable. And I had the money, but I couldn't really enjoy the simple things in life. But these days, like when you have control of your time, you realize you really don't need that much money to be really, really happy, honestly, right? So there's that. Someone asked about Andrew Tate. My friend has been raving about Andrew Tate. I don't know too much about him other than I think he used to be a former mixed martial artist. I think he used to do Muay Thai, and like he's very big in like the red pill manosphere. I think that's what my friend says. My friend's in that niche. I'm not really into it, but no real opinion about him. My friends say that I should watch his content, but these days, like, dude, I haven't been consuming that much content. Like, I try not to these days. I'm more of a producer. I do more producing than consuming. Although, I have to say, I did watch The Boys, The Boys on Amazon Prime, and I've been watching Better Call Saul, too, which is lit. Like, last season, Better Call Saul was really good, and The Boys is really, really good. I think last week I watched The Boys, and I spent 36 hours... I think I watched all 3 seasons in less than like 36 hours or something like that. It was ridiculous. I did not sleep that much, but it was worth it. Like it was my escape at the time, right? By the way, smash the like button. I haven't said that in friggin' forever. But no, yeah, feel free to keep on dropping more comments, y'all. Obstacle is the way. Yes, Ryan Holiday. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, challenges are a good thing, right? And being satisfied, just being content in your life, doing the same shit sometimes is like, it's okay. It's okay to be present in the moment and stuff. But for me, I personally find life very rewarding when I'm challenged with things. And that's why I like challenging things. Like, not everybody has the same risk tolerance. Not everybody's like, likes the same challenge that I do, right? But for me personally, as Kevin Yee, I really like really hard things like jujitsu. Every single morning, like I'm getting tapped out, or I'm tapping people out, or I'm putting myself at a handicap to tap white belts out so I can work my technique, right? That, and like having the discipline to really do high level strategic thinking, right? Like today I was thinking about like how do I specialize my offers a little bit more? Like how do I specialize my YouTube channel a little more rather than just like being a generalist like YouTube channel? I see other YouTube channels like my production quality is probably better than theirs. Like I probably have better like presence and all that. But yet my YouTube channel has not been growing that much. And so I was thinking about how do I reposition my YouTube channel? How do I reposition my inbound sales offer too, my inbound sales coaching offer, right? And how do I specialize? So I'm trying new things and all that too, right? That stuff is not easy, right? Like, dude, like I did this all this afternoon. It was pretty fun, just like kind of designing something. Like I'm getting better with my designs every single day, and then I'm getting like better with my like writing. I'm getting better at a lot of different things. If anybody's an OG, like they know that I always sucked at designing, but like I'm getting better and better and better. Like, I don't know. Let me ask you guys, do you feel like for those that have watched me over the years, how have you guys noticed my progression over time? I'm just very, very curious, and I might screenshot some of these responses because I'm very, very interested, and I might put them on my Instagram later. But very, very curious. Armor Go says, "The Way of the Obstacle" by Hustler Kevin Yee. So true. Yeah. Sometimes though, like I do make things a lot harder, more complicated than they need to be. I could make things a lot more simpler. I could make things a lot easier. But I'm also taking more time to just like enjoy shit, right? Enjoy life and sometimes do nothing rather than feeling compelled to like be productive every single moment of time, right? It gets very, very exhausting and then it's not sustainable in the long term. You can't do high level thinking 24/7. Yeah, you can't do it 24/7, dude. There's just no way. It just takes up too many resources of higher level thinking. And some of the most successful people I know, they take like most of their day is free. They bake in free time. For me, like I'm trying to get a lot better at that. I'm really bad at baking in free time. But like that's why I'm doing like what I'm doing right now, just like chilling with y'all. It's like I don't have anything scripted out. I don't have like an agenda for today. That's like my whole life. Like when I'm on a sales call, like I have to think about, okay, what is our agenda? What are their problems? Like what are all these things, right? And it's always like I'm always like having to use high level like thinking and problem solving skills and critical thinking skills. It gets very exhausting if you're doing a good job at it. But yeah. Andrew Tate on business and relationships. I answered that already. I'm not super familiar with Andrew Tate's thing, but by the way, since you are like you and my friend, like you guys have been telling me to like follow Andrew Tate, like maybe I should go listen to his stuff, you know. Senton asks, do you think you'll ever retire? I think in some ways I feel retired, right? Like Blair Enns. If you guys don't know who Blair Enns is, he's very popular on. I actually found him from The Future, from Chris Do, because his book about like how to pitch without how to win without pitching. I'm reading it right now, rereading it right now, and I also bought his $300 book recently. But he talks about like the concept of, this is the guy, and he's like, he did a podcast with my boy Chris Do, that looks like me, yeah, but that's Blair Enns, and he has this concept of like finding work, that your exit plan isn't selling your business, is nothing, it's like dying. And when you make that decision that like until death do you part, it makes your life so much easier. And so like I feel like the things I do right now in terms of YouTube and in terms of like consulting, like specifically inbound sales consulting, I don't think I ever will get sick of it at the moment, right? Like I don't anticipate that, right? Well, now, will my priorities change? Maybe, probably, like when I have kids and stuff like that, or when I find a waifu. But like at the moment, I don't anticipate retiring because I just love these things. Like YouTube really, the way that I'm using YouTube right now, it fulfills my creativity side, and I get to meet like really high level, like really smart authors and like entrepreneurs and all that, and I connect them with each other. Like it fulfills that aspect of my life. And then the agency and inbound sales, like consulting, it fills the other gap, like of, yes, like critical thinking skills, but also solving big problems, but like the financial aspect too. And as I'm like refining my offers, I'm getting more and more laser focused. And I would say that's the number one thing that's changed over like even since a year ago and now, is just my level of focus is like a lot better. I'm specializing a lot more. I'm really taking an audit of like where I am in life and what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, where I should spend most of my time, where I shouldn't, you know? Because I don't think I'm going to be like real talk. Like I don't feel like I'm going to be a Gary Vee working 24/7 and want this big corporation type of thing. I like working with smaller, fewer people and having a more sustainable lifestyle, right? And does that mean I'm gonna like, so I probably won't be like owner of the New York Jets, but you know what? Kevin is cool not owning the New York Jets, right? So there's like, there's things like that too. So yeah. Stacy costs money though. Becky, however. Opinion on Alex Hormozi. Okay, so Alex Hormozi actually met on one of my offers when I was headhunted. He was doing the advising for that particular offer. I like Alex. He's like a really, really smart guy. I gift out his books, book $100 million offers. I gifted out to this client who we were doing like a $40,000 to $60,000 engagement with, for my like consulting practice, right? I gifted that book out and they're like, wow, this is like a game changer right here. And I think Alex Hormozi is really, really smart. He has a consultant mindset. He's like killing it on like social media right now. When no one really knew him, like he's pretty well known in the inbound sales community because he does a lot of consulting and all that too. So he's the real deal. For me though, like his sales tactics, I'm not a huge fan of, but he's a great storyteller. He's a really, really smart guy. Like, I'm just not a fan of all his sales tactics because they're a little traditional. They're very like high ticket sales type of like closing type of things, which I'm not a big fan of. I'm more of a consultant type of like when I close my deals or do sales, right? It's like very low pressure. I just focus on like solving the problem, seeing if we can help, what the core problem is, and if it's even worth solving for that problem too. Because we all have problems in life, but sometimes like it's not even worth solving for a problem too, right? And the timing, how soon that they would want to like resolve a problem, right? That's my style of like thing. And I know that like at the end of the day, the buying power is up to the consumer, is up to the client. It's not up to me, right? Like I can position, like there's certain things I can do with positioning and stuff, like, and when you specialize, like it doesn't leave you with that many options, right? And the client ideally wants to solve their problem too. So like usually at the end of my calls, I'm just like, we could do everything that we just talked about, but let me ask you, what do you feel like is best for you at this point in time, right? And that's when people trust you. I mean, that's how sales should be, right? Like it should be very consultative. It shouldn't be like, buy now, like shove the fucking solution. Shove the solution down the people's throats and stuff. I'm not a big believer of that. Or I don't want to say the word is belief, but I don't advocate that because it leaves a very bad impression. Like long term, it's really bad for the brand because it's a negative experience for the customer, for the brand. But also like as the person doing it, it's kind of like aggressive and manipulative, and it doesn't personally make me feel good. I wouldn't want to sleep at night knowing that I did that, right? So there's that. But my point is, Alex Hormozi is a very smart guy. He's really smart with having that Irresistible Offer book, and it's like one of my go-to books I gift out the most. I've bought it like 20 times for my clients already. So yeah. Seton says, he'll retire, but the hustle is the juice for Kevo. Appreciate you, Armored Ghost. You're awesome. I have to say, Armored Ghost it's really kind of cool seeing like the OGs in here, like Seton, Armored Ghost, Quandale, you're new. I haven't seen you here before. But then like even Patrick and Clamaris Jr. are pretty cool here too, man. So I think we got a few more questions. If you want to drop your questions, like feel free to drop them. I'm going to probably like end the stream relatively soon. And if you're just tuning in, like feel free to drop a comment, smash the like button. There's like 9 people in here, only 6 people like, so would appreciate it, y'all. You don't have to though, because I'm probably gonna unlist this video later. That's some David Goggins type of hustle. David Goggins, I have not read his book Can't Hurt Me or whatnot. I'm not gonna lie, like I don't rely on like, I haven't listened to any like raw motivational stuff like in a long time. I feel like I'm exactly doing what I need to be doing at this moment in time, right? Even though sometimes I feel the urge to work sometimes, like even though I feel the urge to work sometimes, like again, my barometer is like how happy I feel. Like, am I feeling pushed to do work or pulled to do work? And if I know I'm like feeling more pulled to do work, then I know I'm on the right track. And so like honestly, like I'm just having the time of my life. Like just building relationships, just helping people. It's amazing. It's really, really, really amazing. And like I couldn't do it without like really strong partners either, right? Like really good people who are also focused on like fulfillment, having integrity and all that sort of stuff too. Like I feel like at 34, I'm just finding my stride, like of the person who I want to be, the people that I don't really like. Like I'll be honest, like most of these like ClickFunnels offers or whatever, like these ClickFunnels people or your favorite guru, I'm not a real big fan of them, honestly. Like I've seen the back end of them, and a lot of them have like, or honestly feel like NFT rug pulls, and like will bait and switch you and stuff like that. So it's not the, like, I don't know. There's no magic pill, like especially with business or life. Of all the people that I've really like followed over the years, like it's not Dan Lok, it's not Dan Pena, it's none of these gurus that you see out on TV and stuff. It's just like even Alex Hormozi, I really respect him a lot. I respect Scott Olford a lot. I respect like a lot of people. But the person that I like aspired to be the most is like Chris Do, because not even Chris Do, like I like his lifestyle. I really like what's his name? Naval Ravikant too. He's really solid as well. Naval Ravikant, like super solid. But like Chris Do, he has like the family. He has, most importantly, his values align with mine. And I'm just like, man, if he can like build this like the future, which is an educational company and really impact so many people. Like I've never been in a community where like I've never been in such a community where like I just got along with like almost everyone. Like we just understand each other, and it's amazing like being in that community. So I'm just trying to meet more and more and more and more people in that community too. So there's that. Will I ever have a second channel on Rumble? Probably not. I mean, like, it's a lot of friction for me to go on another channel and stuff. What I am planning to do though is start a second channel on, I have a second channel on investing, but it's been kind of dead. I'm not really into investing like I was before, to be honest with you. But the one thing I am really, really into is inbound sales. So I probably will start a second inbound sales channel and stuff like that, because like I realized that this channel is more my creative outlet. Like I love talking about books, education, just talking about that sort of stuff, and not everybody might be interested in like inbound sales. It's very, very niche, right? And like I like posting up my vlogs on here and stuff. Pretty sure that the second channel will probably grow a lot quicker than this channel. You know, I'm okay. Like I used to be very like, no, everything gotta be on one channel. Everything gotta be. But the thing is like all these other channels, they're niching down. There's like they're growing, right? Like they're growing quite a bit, and you can't change people's perception of like niching, not niching. It's all about like the perception that people have like of a channel. Like when you go to a Chinese restaurant, right? Like for example, Chinese restaurants are notorious for this. They'll sell like pizza, hamburger, french fries, chicken fingers and shit. And then you kind of lose respect for that restaurant, right? You're just like, they're not specialized. In this society, we value specialists a lot, right? For everything, about the things that we really care about, we value specialists. And so it's just really, I don't know. That's just like my thoughts, I guess, with starting a second channel and all that. But I probably will start a inbound sales channel, a second one. It won't be as cinematic. I'll probably like honestly hire out a lot of the editing for that channel. But this channel that you're watching, like I'm probably going to be handling most of the editing and all that sort of stuff, unless I hire it out. It's really hard to find someone to edit for my channel because it's such like, I have such a unique style. Like if you've seen my videos recently, it's just like these type of videos take a lot of time and effort. And I don't know, like maybe I can train someone to like actually edit my style. But this was kind of like my vision for a while, and I had an editor for a while, and I was trying to teach them. But there's no substitute of like actually going in the weeds and just like doing it yourself sometimes. And now I have like a portfolio work or a body of work where people can be like, oh, that's Kevin's style. I'm still trying to figure that out too. Like that consistent brand experience when people come to this channel, right? Invest in Chinese restaurants in Florida and Texas. Taylor says, yo, dude, broskies, it's the Tamil. Yeah. Yeah, mean. I can't stay, but I want to say what's up. Keep the content coming, though. I love your channel. Dude, I cannot like pronounce half that shit, but I appreciate you, Taylor. Awesome. Yeah, like I'm kind of curious. Those who are on here, I'm very curious. Like, have you guys like seen my like book content or like the cinematic like documentary like book content? I would love to kind of hear your feedback since you guys are the OGs. You guys are the major supporters of my work. Like you guys have stuck with it through the pharmacy days and non-pharmacy days. Like I'm just really, really curious about like what you guys think about the current like things on the channel are. Like if I were to go back into my dashboard really quickly, let's see. My channel. If I were to go here, right, like this kind of explains like the direction of my channel, right? So I had a mini vlog of lovers and friends. This was a really fun event. This event, super lit. This was really, 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 really fun. It was very fun to edit. I want to do more vlogs like this in the future, right? This video is taking off right now, like on my analytics. It's a review about like short form, a really good app that I use. And then what else? I did this one video on becoming a better reader. It didn't do that well. But like this Ikigai video, like all of the recent videos haven't been doing that well, but like I think over time like the keywords are just going to rank over time. So because this like if I just like preview everything, right, like just let it play like this, like you can tell the production quality is a lot higher than what it was before. So that's kind of what I've been up to more recently, but would love to kind of hear your feedback too. And if you haven't watched it, totally cool too, if that's not your cup of tea. But I've just been really focusing on the cinematic book reviews. Whew. All right, anyways, getting ready to wrap up soon. If you guys got any final comments or anything like that, feel free to drop them in the chat. I think how I'm going to end my night is like maybe I'll grab some ice cream or make some keto ice cream and just like meditate and then go to sleep. I'm going to try to do 2 jiu-jitsu sessions tomorrow and just like, actually, you know what I need to do? I need to figure out like my yoga schedule, finish up my email newsletter and just launch that and start scripting out my YouTube videos. But that's not all for the YouTube videos will probably be for tomorrow. I've been trying to batch my YouTube videos together so it's not as intense and I can focus more time on editing in batches. I've just been so busy like with the agency, and then like the YouTube stuff is just taking so long. It takes me like about, on average, it takes me about like 40 to 60 hours to just edit a video, man. It's like really, really like long. But that's the amount of effort sometimes you need to do if you want to do like great things, in my opinion. All right. Last like 2 minutes or so. And then I'm going to shut down the stream. But for y'all that like showed up today, it was just really, really awesome just seeing you guys and just like catching up. I really, really enjoy it. And I really appreciate y'all like over the years. It's kind of crazy just seeing how, man, it's just very fulfilling for me to do like things like YouTube and whatnot, because I see the same people like Armor Ghost and all these other people like over and over again, and it just like warms up my heart to see like, I don't know, I kind of feel like we're all growing together. You guys, I don't know what, it's kind of hard for me to see what you guys are doing on your end, but like from my end, it's just like, it's nice, you know. It's like coming back home to really, really good friends, and it's just like, I don't know, I feel like I have this like, even though we haven't talked, like we have this like cool connection and stuff over the years. So I really appreciate all y'all for like just sticking by me, even with like the content changes on my channel. Like going forward, it's probably going to be a lot more book reviews with like book summaries with like tidbits of like my personal life, and then some vlogs too, like of major moments and stuff in my life. So hope you guys enjoy all that sort of stuff too. Do you see more Biden inflation by the end of the week, or you think it's stalled? Man, I'll just be honest. Like, I'm not a big fan of Biden. I think it's always been very, very clear for me. Like, I've never been a raving fan of Biden. But I don't know. I'm not too hopeful about like this country and stuff. Like, I'm not too hopeful about, like, I don't like to get too political, but I'm not too hopeful about the leadership of this country. I think it's like really, really lacking too. But I don't know. I think like things could get worse. It could not get worse. I don't know. I'm just preparing for the worst right now. Like, honestly, it's really bad when your investments can't even keep up with the inflation right now. So I don't think what he's doing is like really helping the economy, but I don't know. I'm not big into politics or anything like that either, so not quite sure. Anyways, y'all, I think it's a good time to wrap up the stream. I'm getting pretty tired, and I just want to say I love y'all, appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of the week. Yeah, and just know that like whatever I can do to help, I'm more than happy to support in any way that I can. So hit me up on the DMs if you're going through some shit. Anyways, I appreciate y'all. Take care. Peace, my people. Bye.